Cook with Anywhere But Here Travel and KCTU TV today. I am so excited to introduce to you my dear friend, Kathie DeVincenzo from Poseidon Expeditions. I welcome you, Kathie. Thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here again and to tell your audience all about the Arctic, Antarctica, and the British Isles and the Faroes.
Oh, yay! Let's talk. I am so excited. You know, I've been lots and lots of places. I have not been to the Arctic or the Antarctic, but they're on my list. So let's start with the Arctic because I know everybody's hot button is that beautiful picture behind you of the Northern Lights. So tell me about the Northern Lights.
Well, we do that in September. We go to Greenland. We have never had a sailing in the 27 years that we've been in business that we didn't get to see the Aurora Borealis when we were in Greenland. And
Oh,
that
wow.
usually comes out is through September. We have someone on the ship that stays up 24/7 and alerts the whole ship when the aurora comes out. So everybody jumps out of their beds and they just take pictures. And if you haven't seen it, it is absolutely magnificent. And we do have some sailings that do Greenland, Svalbard, and Iceland, and you get to go to the three spots at the end of August, so you still have a shot to get the Aurora Borealis on that. But you get to go to three great places, so you don't have to decide.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, the best place in the world, the Northern Lights, is in Greenland, correct?
It is also in Iceland in the first weeks of March, but we aren't sailing there. We are heading up north. We're just finishing out our sailings in Antarctica at the first week of March, so we aren't there yet, but it is
Okay.
another spot.
Okay. And do you guys go to Iceland? Is Iceland a hot spot for you guys?
It is, and we usually compacted it with Iceland.
Okay.
This year, for next sailing season, we are doing a circumnavigation of Iceland, which the important thing is fabulous. And never think not going to Iceland. There's so much to do, but the food in Iceland is quite costly. So
Okay.
if you're on our ship, we're going to have your meals included along with your drinks. We take that off of the table and out of the equation so you don't have to worry about paying. We paid $250 for a dinner for my husband and I. It was a very simple dinner. And as a result, that's why I say to people it's expensive. But with us, we're going to take you on landings. You're going to see all the great spots with our guides, and you're going to get there on a Zodiac. So that's really cool. Plus, you're
Okay.
not going to have to worry about the cost of all of your food. So it's a really great way to do Iceland. We usually, when we do a repositioning cruise too, we'll do the British Isles and we'll go to Jan Mayen and then Svalbard. But for next year on the repositioning, we are going to end in Svalbard. So again, that one you would get the British Isles, Jan Mayen, which is a volcanic island with black sand beaches, and then end up in Iceland. So there's so many different possibilities.
I can't hardly wait. We definitely need to do a group to Iceland and Greenland because I so very much want to see the northern. Now, we live in Kansas, obviously, and we had last fall, we had some northern lights down into our region. Absolutely beautiful. So, as beautiful as they were for us at that time in Flatland, Kansas, I can't imagine it being in the home of the Aurora Borealis. Amazing it is. So, I'm excited for that. Kathy, let's talk a little bit more about your ships. So I know that you have one that you carry, if I remember correctly, 112 people plus crew. Is that right?
14.
Okay.
So the ship is called the Sea Spirit.
Okay.
And when you go to Antarctica, and people might, there's a governing body called IOTA, and they require everyone to have a maximum 100 people disembarking at a time. And the ship is only allowed to stay in a spot for 2.5 hours, and it's all to protect the ecology. And
Okay.
we're all about protecting the ecology at Poseidon Expeditions. So with that, we have 16 people in kayaks. So that leaves 98 people disembarking twice a day for 2.5 hours. And the reason you're going all that way to South America is the expedition. And we
Right.
provide it to you. Imagine if you had to divide up that 2.5 hours. That means you're only getting a half and half an hour. We do the whole 2.5 hours, so you get the whole ball of wax. And the two with this is our expedition leader picks the spot where you're going to go. There's no set spot like you would on a traditional cruise. They research and determine most animals are, where the most scenery is, the better see on that given and that's where you go. And the night before, they give you an idea of what you're going to do. So they give you that synopsis so you're prepared and they recap what you've already seen. Because our expedition leaders are all scientists, so they're very well versed on what they're seeing and what they're doing and providing the best expedition. So it's really important to be on a small ship, to go into all the little nooks and crannies, to have an expedition team that is very experienced, and have an onboard staff that's fun, because you're going to have fun too. And I always say, we're the easy button and we're the fun button. And I can't tell you how much fun it is to just get in that Zodiac and zip around. And imagine stopping your Zodiac and being surrounded by a whole pod of dolphins.
Oh, wow.
We had an event, yes, we had a May for travel agents, and we were in the British Isles. So we took everybody to Northern Ireland and we took them to Scotland. So we were in Northern Ireland and we were going Giant's Causeway. The way we stopped the Zodiacs because we're surrounded by all of these dolphins. And then we went over to see a group of seals, and there were a whole bunch of different birds. And it was unexpected. We thought the big ball of wax to see was going to be Giant's Causeway from the water, because most people see it by land, that they walk on it. And it was a whole different perspective. But at dolphins, it was just amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kathie, we don't have very much time yet left. I
Different.
just want to, like a minute and 15 seconds. I just want to make sure that we hit on some of the things that are included with Poseidon. So talk about your parka. I love your bright red parkas.
Oh, everyone gets a bright red parka, and they're very light, but they keep you very warm. This
Okay.
past winter in Pennsylvania, we had 1 degree weather, couch shoveling snow, and didn't even feel at all cold in the parka. But the big thing is they're very light. So you get
Good.
your parka. We provide the boots. You have to leave them. But we also have all your meals, all your drinks, your expeditions. It's just a full encompassing of a wonderful vacation and a great experience.
Well, Kathie, thank you for joining me. If anybody wants information about Poseidon just for the Arctic or the Antarctic, be sure to reach out to me, Mindi Cook, anywhere but here travel at 316-409-0174.